When you think of Holi, you think of bright colors, right? Laughter, celebration, just pure joy. But what if I told you about a village where Holi means something else entirely? Where instead of joy, the air fills with terror. Because for them, the Festival of Colors is a countdown to a curse.
So let's get right into it. This isn't just some old-fashioned advice. No, this is a chilling warning, a desperate plea that echoes through the streets every single year. It's a ritual that isn't born from tradition, but from just pure, terrifying experience.
So in the days leading up to the festival, there's no celebration. You can just feel this dread in the air. Families are frantically packing bags, sending their newly married daughters far, far away. And this isn't for a happy holiday visit, It's for their survival. To stay is to literally invite death to your door.
Now, our story really focuses on a young woman named Nandini who's living right in the middle of all this fear. One day, out of the blue, she gets a call from her old friend, Suprita. Suprita's over the moon, saying she's got a surprise gift that's so amazing it'll make Nandini forget all her worries. Oh, if only she knew.
Okay, so the doorbell rings. Nandini opens it, probably expecting a package. But no, it's Suprita herself, and she's there with their friend Gaurav. And they're not just visiting. Get this, they're dressed as newlyweds, glowing because they just eloped. And as Nandini sees them, the color just drains from her face. This surprise is a nightmare.
And this right here perfectly captures the awful, awful misunderstanding. Suprita thinks she's bringing good news, a reason to celebrate her first Holi as a married woman with her best friend. But for Nandini's family, seeing a new bride on their doorstep right before Holi, well, it's like a death sentence just walked in and smiled at them.
Nandini's parents are absolutely frantic. They start explaining about this vengeful spirit named Rupa that haunts the village. A ghost whose rage is so potent and so incredibly specific that she cannot stand the presence of a new bride celebrating Holi in her village.
They're practically begging them, you have to leave, right now. So Gaurav and Suprita, totally confused and probably a little freaked out, agree to go. But when Gaurav gets in the car and turns the key, nothing. The engine is completely dead. They try over and over, but it's no use. It's almost like something wants them to stay. They're trapped. So, the couple is stuck. Night is falling, and all those ghost stories they were just told, yeah, they're about to become very, very real. The trap has been sprung.
And what happens next is just pure terror, and it happens in stages. First, Gaurav is woken up by the sound of anklets chiming. He looks over, but Suprita's not in the bed. He finds her outside, and when she turns to face him, her face is frozen in this grotesque, inhuman smile. It's not her anymore. And then, in a voice that is definitely not her own, she makes a promise. This Holi will be a Holi of blood.
This thing, wearing his wife's face, says it loud and clear. It's a declaration, a promise of the violence to come. And for Gaurav, it's just too much. His mind just snaps, and he faints, collapsing right there.
When Gaurav finally wakes up, he's surrounded by panicked villagers. He sees Suprita in another room, tied to a bed, her own face torn up by her fingernails. But then, as they watch in horror, she shatters the ropes with this impossible strength. And then she does something that defies physics. She scrambles backwards, up the wall, like some kind of insect.
After leaping down, the entity controlling Suprita's body grabs a sharp weapon. Gaurav is just screaming, begging for his wife's life, but this being, it just lets out this horrible, empty laugh. And in one single swift motion, it ends Suprita's life. The curse has claimed another victim.
After something so horrific, the only question left is, why? I mean, how does a spirit so full of pure hate even come to be? In the middle of all this grief, Nandini's family finally tells the whole tragic story. The story of a girl named Rupa.
See, Rupa wasn't born a monster. She was just a girl in love with a man named Aman. But another man, Manoj, was obsessed with her. When he found out about her secret love, he betrayed her to her family. Then, on the day of Holi, he confronted her and she rejected him, slapped him. That humiliation turned into rage. He drugged her by mixing something in holy powder, and as she lay helpless, he drowned her. Murdered on the one day that should have been a celebration of life.
So now we get the who and the why.
But as Gaurav, just completely broken, asks why they can't do something to stop this curse, he's told the most terrifying part of this whole story.
Oh, they've tried. You better believe it. They've brought in priests, exorcists, holy men, you name it. But Rupa's rage, her pain from being murdered right on the edge of her own happiness, it's made her spirit invincible. She can't be reasoned with, she can't be contained. There is no cure. So they're left with just one option, one single defense, one simple, unbreakable rule that they live by every single year. No new brides in the village during Holi. That's it. It's the only way to stay alive.
And so, Gaurav leaves, carrying a loss that will haunt him forever. The story leaves us all with this really tough question, doesn't it? What Rupa does is monstrous, for sure. But it was born from a truly monstrous crime against her. It makes you wonder, where is the line between victim and villain? And can some pain be so deep that it just echoes forever, demanding payment in blood?